Hey, Frankie Nicole here. Alright, for your Thursday check-in. Woohoo! Cats are fighting. Everyone's fighting. Inevitably, in life, there will be misunderstandings. There'll be sorrow. There'll be pain, heartbreak, judgments. The best thing that we can do is to try and understand another point of view when we're having a disagreement, or somebody is upset with another person, trying to look at it from their perspective. Now, I know that most people would rather eat a shoe than try to do that, because, you know, why would you want to give somebody the benefit of the doubt when they've hurt you, and you cling on to these, the pain, and, well, why should I try and, understand them or forgive them when, they were so, whatever to me, and, they should just, I'm just gonna sit over here and be mad. And correlating along with my Two of Swords in reverse card. We all are walking a different path in life. We all have our own lessons to learn. We all have different experiences, individual and shared. And it's one of those things where you can't judge somebody by a certain opinion or conversation that you're having with them. And there's a lot of that going on out there that I've seen, and I personally try to understand where someone else is coming from. It's Catpalooza today, and try and understand the mentality of somebody before I pass judgment. Study them. And really try to look at everything from every possible point of view. Now, this may make me look like a pushover, or somebody who just accepts a whole lot of nonsense that I shouldn't, but that's somebody else's projections on to me, if you can see that. When you are judging somebody for not moving quick enough, or doing enough, or accepting too much, intolerable behavior, sit in their point of view. I mean, we all deserve compassion. We all deserve respect. We all deserve someone to, treat us nicely and well, and not take advantage of us, obviously. But sometimes there are certain situations where timing is very important. And I really hope for everyone that we can start to understand that there are multiple ways of living life, and it doesn't have to be such a black and white, view of things. I was listening to some music from my high school days, and I just couldn't believe some of the lyrics that, were acceptable, that we would sing along to, and we would dance to, and we thought that was good music. Whew, some shitty ass music in the 2000s, that's for sure. I think that was a very experimental phase, you know. Everybody was just trying to discover their sexuality, and I guess that's another thing that I want to cover. Sexuality. You know, I've done previous casts about it, and I think a lot of people are really still focused on sexuality as the main attraction, yet they are fighting against being labeled or seen just as a sex object, which is really difficult because when your main forward is sex, how can people not just see you as sex, regardless of your gender, your race, your orientation, you know, any kind of forward, intelligent thinking that you're coming forth as. And the funny thing is that sex is a big part of human society, but gender is really the thing that has been taking people and twisting their brain around, because we have such a very narrow view of what a man or a woman should be. And I think it's time for us to be able to express ourselves the way that we want to, regardless of, you know, the exterior. And when we continually complain, continually judge, and continually hold people to a very narrow ideal of what it is to be beautiful, sexual, sexy, admired, attractive, we really need to rethink that. I mean, there are so many people that have been overlooked because of one thing that they did not fit into. And we've been trying to fit into this tiny little box for years. And people will cut off their arms, their nose, their legs, parts of themselves internally, slowly dying inside, just to fit this ideal box of what we're supposed to be. Well, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Fuck that box. In more ways than one. I've grown up in a world that saw me as something that was undesirable until I changed. Well, I don't want to change. I'm not going to try to be this desirable version of myself, just hustling and bustling to become something that I'm not. I'm going to work on my strengths. I'm going to work on my talents and my genius, because there's plenty of that around. I mean, you know, I'm no slouch, but for years there's been this very strict hierarchy of what is popular, what is acceptable, what is desirable, what do we want to see. And it's time to combat that. It's time to stop being what they want us to be and start being who we are. Because when we have that diversity of beauty and understanding out there, it's amazing. And it's something that can never, it can't be reversed once it's out there. we're bringing it towards that. It's coming to that. And that's what we want. We want to see all the shades, every single tiny little different minute detail difference. We don't want to see the same 3 colors over and over and over again, because that shit's old. Whoa, okay. Okay, so we have the 2 of Wands reversed, the 9 of Cups reversed, the Blasted Tower upright. I love how they call it the Blasted Tower in this deck. And the Ace of Swords reversed. Lots of reversals. Interesting. So, I mean, we have the 9 of Cups here reversed, and some people will tell you that it means that you're, because it's a wish card, it means your wishes aren't being fulfilled, but honestly, that card there's no negative reversal. That's one of those cards. That and the 4 of Wands. And so, I mean, it's like, it's almost saying that inaction with the 2 of Wands reversed, which is pointing back to the Ace of Wands, it's basically like you're being called to act, but there's a hesitation or a pause in something that you've been really wishing to have happen, or something that is, you know, that you've been desiring. And with the 9 of Cups in reverse next to the Blasted Tower, it's like something all of a sudden just busts into your existence that perhaps, honestly, I'm going to say maybe you thought it wasn't actually ever going to happen. It was just one of those pipe dreams that you've been wishing for a very long time. But the 2 of Wands is telling you to maybe not act on it yet. Because we have a tend to jump on things like, oh, this is happening, we got to deal with it right away. Oh my gosh, this is what I want. Because we have the Ace of Swords in reverse here. And I think it's saying that you shouldn't really trust new things. Like, something can come in that you thought you wanted, that you were really, like, hoping for, but it could be, like, not the whole story. It could be not fully germinated yet, you know? Like, there's steps. It takes time. You can't jump from 1 to 10, you know? You have to go through all the steps. So I would not jump on something just because it busts into your life today. However, that 9 of Cups is very, very tempting. And I think that because it's in reverse means also to wait, to take a pause, to take a beat on what you are going to do about it. Okay. Oh, yep. Alright. So we have the Magician upright. We have the Knight of Cups reversed. We have the 5 of Pentacles reversed. And we have the 9 of Swords. Okay. So we have you have the knowledge and understanding now of how to deal with something going on. And we have the Knight of Cups here in reverse. The Knight of Cups upright is a very forthcoming emotional response from somebody that is very, you know, nice, hearted message. Could be a wonderful conversation with somebody. In reverse, there can be a little bit of melancholy or depression, or it's definitely emotional, but it's not necessarily happy emotional. It's more of like this like, well, if because this is happening, I have to act like this, and it's making me very emotional, but I need this, like, comfort of emotional satiety, regardless of what I can give or not give, or, when somebody's vibration is very low, that's emotional vibration. That's when the Knight of Cups is kind of like more, when somebody's very sarcastic, when someone's very negative about a situation. That was actually that was what I was talking about when we are, trying to understand someone else's point of view, when we just jump to a judgment or conclusion about something because we have a preconceived notion of how we think someone's saying something or coming at an issue in some way. That is very Knight of Cups energy. And it's interesting because we've had the Knight of Cups reversed already this week, and it's back again. So now it's the punctuation. So we are really having to address this really emotional reaction that is coming at us. But we have the ability to do so. Now, we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse, and that is actually very good because that means we are stepping out of a feeling of lack or poverty or not feeling understood or welcomed in a certain situation. But we have the Nine of Swords next to it, upright, which means we have a lot of anxiety about what's going on in this situation, regardless of that we know how to handle it. Stop stepping in front of my camera. Cats. So it looks like there will be some kind of vindication in a sense, or understanding, or ability to handle a situation that is emotional, that can get out of hand, because people's emotions can kind of take over and blanket a situation to where they're basically emotionally manipulating you or blackmailing you. I mean, blackmail is a little bit further, but it's an emotional manipulation because of their upsetness. And you don't want to upset somebody who's already like over the top, yet it's really unfair to have to deal with their emotional reaction taking over, and basically they're throwing up all their emotions on you and expecting you to change your life or behavior to fit their emotional needs, and not taking personal responsibility for what is going on inside of them. I tend to get a lot of those people in my life because I am Miss Empress and I want to just give everybody a hug and then smack them upside the head. All right. Let's get to those love cards because we got some interesting stuff. A great love life requires intimacy, trust, and the ability to share your feelings. Express your doubts and fears, your likes and dislikes. Talk openly, listen, be present, always with an open heart and mind. Love generates love. You will receive positive confirmation of this in the next few days. Keep on loving and you will keep on receiving ever greater blessings in return. Every loving thought is a seed of love. Sometimes the seed sprouts instantly, and other times it lies dormant for a while. The timing really doesn't matter. Love always grows into greater love. You are a beautiful and sensitive soul. Love's objective is to help you remember who you truly are. An eternal being of light on a path to ever greater love. Do not fear the current changes. All is happening in accordance with your divine plan. The current events are paving the way to a brighter future. Love illuminates all darkness. Remain positive and light. And let's see, one more card to preface the entire reading. Temperance. Ha! And we have Temperance right back here as well, which is funny because I just moved this back. Oh, the cards, they never lie. Find the balance. Find the middle ground between what is going on. Figure out how a little of you, a little of them can mix together and come to a common temperature, common ground, common understanding, knowing that neither party is fully at fault, but neither party is fully right. And that's really what I'm getting from this, especially with that Knight of Cups and the Ace of Swords. Because we'd love to jump to conclusions that, you know, to condemn somebody and, oh, well, you did this to me and you did this to me, and so you're both shitheads, and, you know, there's, you know, now you're both mad at each other. Okay, let's talk about it and figure this out and maybe just squash this whole matter. All right. Well, I hope you guys have a great Thursday, and I will be back for the weekend reading / the lunar eclipse special, blood moon lunar eclipse special. So, like, share, and subscribe. Email me if you would like a personal reading for yourself, and I will hopefully remember to put the links below. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.